But Major League Baseball is going to take center stage at 6:08 Eastern, which means 3:08 out on the West Coast. Now, I'm going to buck a little bit of trends here because that means that we might be getting some of those shadows in the outfield. But don't you worry. Toronto and Seattle, they're going to give it up at 6 o'clock. 8:38. You know who else is giving up? The Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers, Joe. Let's focus on game number one. Gosman versus Miller. Hey, two starting pitchers. Amazing, isn't it? Look at the price point in this game. -115s, -110s, depending where you're shopping at. A de facto toss-up in a series that should not have been a toss-up with a 2-0 series lead for Seattle headed back to Seattle. We now find ourselves, Joe, 2-2, a pivotal game number 5 in a total that's listed at 7. Miller's high ERA, Gosman, that veteran on the mound. Are the bats going to wake up for the Mariners? Is Toronto going to continue to slug, Joe? What gives here?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because both of these games, Donnie, feel like one team has crazy amounts of momentum right now. And momentum wins in, this time of year, certainly in Major League Baseball. We laughed about it, Donnie, originally. You and I, we were laughing during this week. We're going, if you're the Brewers, you're like, all right, so I got Skubal in game one, but if I can get past game one with Skubal, I'm going to get Skubal in game two. Oh, yeah, then I'm going to get it. And that's exactly what this has to feel like for the Brewers. I think mentally above the shoulders, even though, Donnie, they should go out there without a care in the world, right? How much of this can you act? I mean, you've scored 3 runs in 3 games. You can't hit the ball. You can't hit for power. You can't even get dudes on base. To me, I think it's over before it even starts in that one.
It's crazy in this too. You look at this game, like the evolution of the series. Can you imagine, like, in what world does Seattle go to Toronto, win 2 games, and then Seattle comes back home and loses 3 games, and then they go on the road? Imagine if they win 2 games themselves. Just like this might have been the craziest series we've ever seen, and one series that we probably thought would be quick. And once again, back-to-back games at home, Joe, for Seattle, where they hit a home run, a 2-run home run, and a solo home run to give themselves the lead, and they collapsed because Toronto was just an avalanche of offense in that game. Maybe it's a quick hook for Miller tonight, but I do think we get more runs than not. Hint, hint there. Game number 2, Milwaukee and Los Angeles. Joe, we don't know who the starting pitcher is going to be for Milwaukee. The one thing we do know is every starting pitcher for the Dodgers seems like they are Cy Young. Heavy favorites at -190 to -200, depending where you're shopping at, in a total of 8. The shadow should not be an issue for Milwaukee and LA. The only issue is Milwaukee going to get more than 3 hits?
Yeah, we knew we had to get creative with this series, Donna. We talked about it yesterday where, listen, the Dodgers are going to be a $2 favorite in the next couple of games. Yeah. And we do not trust the Brewers offensively to get anything done here. I think they had another injury yesterday. Both of these series feel like Toronto has now found their groove again, right? They are back at it, and it looks like Seattle is regressing. In this one, it feels like the Dodgers have hit their groove back on September 1st, Donnie. It feels like at the most important stretch of the season, they have figured out how to play their best baseball. And they're not beating guys 12 runs, 13. Like, they're scoring and doing just enough behind the pitching to win games and demoralize teams. And I think it's going to be a very interesting World Series when it's all said and done.
We talked about it earlier, like what the Dodgers are doing. Like, again, they're just sucking the soul out of cities and teams here that are really good baseball teams. Like, you have no chance. And it's like, okay, first inning, second inning, third inning, you look up, it's like, well, we don't have any runs here. And the tension just starts to mount, saying everybody's trying to hit home runs because you're just trying to do something big, and nobody can do anything about it. And understand this. Like, we talk about Max Scherzer, who, hey, credit to him. I didn't think he was going to pitch all that well. Worked himself out of some innings here, got over 5 innings. That was a great performance out of him to give him everything he needed for the Blue Jays. Now we look at Shohei Ohtani, who's not the same as Max Scherzer. He was pitching elite down the stretch, comes in against the Phillies like, hey, buddy, we can rest you here. We don't even need you yet. He's on extended rest as well as a starting pitcher, and also going to absolutely be the top of the lineup leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. It's astounding how much talent the Dodgers have, but really is it? The expectations to start the season, the Dodgers were supposed to win the World Series. The Dodgers now on their way, Joe, as it looks like, to winning a World Series.
And they're doing it, Donnie, in just classic fashion, too, with just dominant starting pitching, making you play from behind and demoralizing you, because even the bullpen, I mean, what do you go, 5 2/3 last night? Yeah. So the bullpen had to get involved, which is a rare thing in this series. But even then, it looked like they were helpless, and the same thing's going to happen here tonight.
It's incredible. And you know what I do? Like old school baseball, like the Dodgers are playing that right now. Hey, you know what? Let's get a starting pitcher, go 5 or 6 innings. Like new school baseball, Milwaukee. We have no idea who our starting pitcher is going to be the very next day. I'm actually glad that's losing out. That can't be the future of Major League Baseball. Jeff, fun today with us on a Football Friday. SportsGrid Network, The Early Line. Donnie Rightside, Joe Ranieri. Of course you did. Coach Terry Bowden joined us to go over the big college football games on the card tonight and also on Saturday. Tom Vecchio joined us, throwing out some prop bets for the people. But this is the time we like to reach out to the public and ask them what their opinion is on a certain hot topic. Here's our Fade the Public poll. The best team in baseball, Joe Ranieri, that we thought to start the season was the Los Angeles Dodgers. Would they set the all-time wins record and knock off that old Seattle Mariners post? No, they didn't do that. Matter of fact, ending into the playoffs, they technically weren't really even the favorites to win it because why? The Milwaukee Brewers had a better record. The Philadelphia Phillies were at home, and you thought maybe the Dodgers would stumble. They ain't stumbling on anything. So today at SportsGrid on X, if you're not following us, what are you doing? Head over to X and give us a follow. The question was asked today. Will the Dodgers eliminate the Brewers tonight in Game 4 of the NLCS? Which means in a sweep over the team with the best record in Major League Baseball. The results are in, Joe. Boy, if you want to fade the public here, you're going to have to get after it. Because why? Yes, at almost 81% right now, the Dodgers will eliminate the Brewers. And, Joe, I can't even fault the public here. I can't.
No, and we said it yesterday. Back and go bet the Dodgers in a 4-0 exact sweep here. You could still get it at plus money. At plus 150 yesterday. It was the right move if you thought they were going to win last night, which we both did. There is no question to me now. It's just demoralizing for the Brewers, unfortunately. Great season, but Donnie, it proves once again there are teams built to win in the regular season in a 162-game stretch, and then there are those that are built to win in October, and the Dodgers are clearly one of those teams.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's amazing. Can you imagine, Joe? Let's just say the game goes the way we think it's going to go today. Ohtani's on the mound, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits given up. Bullpen holds it down. They move on to the World Series. And let's just say the World Series is Seattle, right? We'll say it, even though they're in a great series right now. The fact that the Dodgers could maybe sweep the World Series and have great pitching, like, I don't know if we've never seen something like what could be happening here for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is what it is, but a pivotal game on deck tonight where they can eliminate the. I'm going to keep it simple, just like the way I did yesterday. Toronto has woken up at the plate. You're taking a look at a hitter's ballpark? Nope, it's a pitcher's ballpark, but we're still going back to the hitters here. Kevin Gosman has actually been really good over the past 60 days. Bryce Miller has been not. Toronto should carry the day with the plate today with a possible chance to go up 3-2 in this series. Unheard of just a few short days ago. Over 7. And Donnie, but there might be shadows. I'm bucking that trend tonight on a gut feel that this game once again has some electricity at the plate, Joe. Over 7. Toronto and Seattle. Cash in tickets on a Friday. The boys are destined to go 2-0 tonight. How about that?